Hey guys, this is Dean from 5150 and welcome back. Today we're going to be programming a ham radio. You do need a license to operate ham, but we end up buying this radio here. This here is the QIT. This here is the 980 Plus. Got this off Amazon for $150. Very good price compared to the other radios out there. If you bought this in a rugged, it's going to be at least $100 more, and it's ain't going to have as much power. This is actually 75 watts. So what happens, we run across this a few times. We're out on the trail. A lot of people have ham radios, but they're not programmed all the same. So if you're not real familiar with how to program, or if you don't know the frequency, it's very hard then to make these radios communicate with each other. So to do that, like, we always just end up programming everything to rugged radios. Very standard radio out in the race world. PCI makes them. Their radios usually have a lot of the regular radios frequencies configured too. But if you buy one off Amazon, they're not. They just have a few frequencies, and you got to add your own. So with this, you can download a program. It's called Chirp. It's free, and you can take that and you can add the frequencies, and then you basically upload it to the radio. You can do the same thing with these handhelds. We'll do another video on how to do this. That'll be probably next week or the week after. How to do those. That takes a special cable too. But we're going to use the same software. Once you learn it, it's very easy. You got to use a different image. Every radio uses a different image. So we'll go ahead and get this started. It's a QIT. It's the 980 Plus. Just bought this. Picked it up from Amazon. It's like $150. It's made in China, but I think it's going to work out really well. This is it physically out of the box. Here's the mic. Got a keypad. There's the menu keys. You can program this, run a lot of stuff right just from the mic. So the first thing we need to do is go get the Chirp software. I will leave the URLs in the notes below. So we're going to go get the Chirp software. All right. So here, this here is for the Windows version, and this here is for a Mac. And there's also a Linux version if you guys are Linux. Anyways, so here you were going to click on the latest, click here to download the latest Windows version. I just recommend using this installer here. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to download it. And then once it's downloaded, we're just going to say open when done. Now I've already installed this, but we'll just kind of go through it a little bit. You'll say next. You accept the license agreement, and then you go through it. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this at this point, and then we'll launch Chirp. Are you sure you want to quit setup? Yep. So we'll go ahead and close this. Chirp. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we need to check the Comport. So to do that, we're going to type in control panel, C-O-N-T, and that brings it up right here. We'll click on control panel. So here we have, this could be different views. This is a category view, small or large and small. We're going to go back to category. And right here under hardware and sound, it says view devices and printers. So we want to check that. And down here, these are our devices that we currently have plugged in. So right here, this COM5, the prolific cable, it's currently on COM5, set the Chirp to. So on Chirp, we have all these different menu options. We got new, open, recent, quit. We can edit, view, radio. This is what we're going to be working with mainly. And the first thing we want to do is say download from radio. So what we're going to do is take the initial config that's on the radio, which is default, and it doesn't have a whole lot of frequencies programmed into it. So we want to download that, just back it up where we have the original. So to do that, we say download, then we're going to pick COM5 here, and then we're going to pick the QYT, because that's the vendor of our radio. And then in this case, we're going to use the KT8900. So we have different choices there, and then we're just going to say OK. As long as I have the radio on, we should start downloading. So right there is identifying as cloning, which means it's copying it down from the radio just to our local PC. Now when this is done, we should be able to see what radio frequencies that came factory from the QIT device. And there we go. So these are the different frequencies that the QIT, it came factory with 136.505, 155.55, and so on. We're going to say File, Save As, and we'll bring that over here, and we're just going to keep it in our image folders and say Save. Okay. Then to load the other file, I'll leave a link in the show notes for this file. File open, and we're going to grab, so it's going to be this file here, base, and load it in. And now you can see all the different frequencies. There's Weatherman, BFG, Relay, Baja Pits, Network Checkers. We have a bunch of, here's like King of the Hammers. This here is Best in the Desert Racing. So these are GMRSs. Got a few of those. We have a few Mars. We got 5 Mars in here, and we also have some weather channels, 7 different weathers. So now what we want to do is take this config here, and we want to upload it to the radio. So to do that, we say radio. So it's just the opposite. We downloaded, which was this file here. That was the original config. Now we're going to put this config in there. So we're going to say upload to radio. We're going to use the same settings, and then we're going to say OK. And now the radio has been successfully upgraded. And here where you right click and you go to properties, this will tell you a little more about it. This is kind of if there's duplex or split on this, the type of mode, skip. So this will all be programmed in there for you. You don't have to worry about it. You can set your power high or low. You can see here we set everything high here. Also you can do here, we come to settings, you can do a few other things too. You can configure your radio right from here. You can do it too right through the front panel, but this is obviously a lot easier. So in here you can see I added welcome. I put Patrick's name in there, make it a great day, name of his Jeep. So you got these settings that you can do. There's a bunch of stuff in here. But that's under settings here, and this is back to the memory. Then once you're done with it, you just close it out. Now I'm also, so I'm not going to save anything on this, and we're going to close that out. Okay, now that we have that config file loaded up in the QIT 980 Plus, you can see all the different names. So there's BFGRLY, that's Baja Pits, Network, Checkers, Fair, Yokohama, that's Rugged Relay, Checkers 2, BFG Pits, Mag 7, Rescue. Now Rescue is a channel for search and rescue, so it's a kind of a like channel 9 for your CB. Core, Private. Then we got PCI Relay. This is Best in the Desert. King of the Hammers. There's a bunch of, I think we got 15 or 16 of these GMRS channels. And we'll just kind of scroll through those. So it looks like we have 16. We have a few MRUS channels. And these are weather channels. So these you can't transmit on, you can just listen. So that's how you program it. This is the cable that we use to program it. This cable did come with it. It just comes down into the PC down there. Just plug it right into there. We're using that battery backup there, just a jump pack to power the radio. It's got big heat sinks on it. So back here, this is where your antenna will hook up, external mic or speakers, external speaker, big heat sinks. There is a fan on it. There is a fan back there for cooling. We'll be mounting this into Patrick's Jeep, the LJ, which we're calling Project Red Baron. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.